Guys, I want to bring something up real quick to kind of kick us off, if we don't mind, about a post. Shout out to Black Magic Man on X, the state of the DCU. So just listen to this, right? And I think this comment really stuck at me. I remember seeing this, I think last week, and the comment, like the caption to it was DC has never been more organized and on top. And I was like, wait a second. Just hear this. Creature Commandos, complete. Superman's filming. Peacemaker season 2, filming. Supergirl, filming at the end of this year. Lanterns, greenlit on HBO. And James Gunn hit us with some news. Lanterns is going to be greenlit for 8 episodes, and the series is confirmed to follow Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan as they are drawn into an Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland. How are we feeling about the state of the DCU on the heels of what we were just talking about on Monday?
So
Just hit
this
them
is
back
what
to
I
back.
feel about the DCU. Boom and boom.
Mhm.
And
Bro.
also boom, because that one's like
Wait, you
also
gotta do
wait,
one.
I
Yeah,
forgot
was
we
about
had
to
this
say,
one
don't be
too.
disrespectful. Wait.
Best for last, you know.
Fair. Yeah.
But-
No, DC. I think that encapsulates perfectly how it feels. Where it's like it's a good time to be a DCU fan because we're getting like a steady stream, a trickle of like news every couple days, every week of stuff, getting things confirmed. I mean, you would think that something like the green lighting announcement of the Green Lantern show isn't something that would be like huge, but the fact that they did the pun of hey, it's greenlit, haha, but also hey, confirmation is going to be 8 episodes. You don't have to wonder anymore of how long it's going to be, so you can kind of start getting expectations for the show. And then also for those that didn't know, hey, yeah, you're gonna get both Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, which I know a lot of people have been craving Jon Stewart for ages in something live action, and I think they can do a lot of fun telling an older Hal Jordan story. So, yeah, I think the state of it's in a very healthy state right now.
Yeah,
I don't want to compare it to this because it's very different, but it feels like when someone's about to give birth. And you're at a doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, the baby's coming along great. It's healthy. It's, everything's all right. And we're like, great. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And it's almost here, and really not limited to, the core of the DCU, but we also didn't talk about, and for those that haven't seen it, go check out the Penguin trailer. We know that, Reeves Batman is sitting outside of the DCU, but it is reported that Battinson is set to appear in the upcoming Penguin series. I know we didn't talk too much about this, but I feel like Max was kind of gaining some steam here with Lanterns and Penguin, which looks legit. But how do you guys feel about that too?
I'm hyped for it. Give me more Battinson all freaking day long. And I believe Penguins, they said it's supposed to take place 6 months post Batman 1. They're 3 to 6 months, somewhere within that span. So that gets me, it's just a nice tease to kind of see what he's been up to at 6 months post, well, for us, 2 years post Batman, but 6 months post Batman movie in universe. That gets me excited. DC is just doing a lot of great things right now. I wanted to bring this up when you're talking about Lanterns. They even came out with like a good ass description on what to expect about that show. All these Marvel shows that keep on getting greenlit or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, Vision greenlit. What's it about? I don't know. Gotta find the freaking next up most trending beat reporter on Twitter that's just randomly saying whatever he thinks is out there. Whereas DC actually came out and level set expectations like that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, here, I just want to add this real quick, and uh, I almost feel like the way that I'm picturing the DCU is like when you pick up a book and you look at the cover and you're like, I want to read something, right? And you look at the cover and then you flip it over and then you read the back and then you open the front cover. Like you have some substance to actually make a decision to see if it's something that you want to invest in, to read, just throw on the shelf. You know what I mean? Like it's more than just being like, here's book. And I'm like, oh, book's good. You know what I mean? Like I'm supposed to like book, and they're like, yeah, like come see our book. Like it's just, I really, really like the foundation that we're seeing kind of unfold. Maybe not so much some of the costumes, but
Yeah.
I'm enjoying DCU.
Yeah, no, but and one more like auxiliary point even to that is the fact that James Gunn is doing a very smart job, and I know we've talked about it on previous episodes. Heck, even I think the last live stream we did, we had a more at length chat about that. But this week alone, there was a crowdfunding for a documentary on the Kingdom Come comic book that got officially like it passed its goal, and even James Gunn posted about that. And that's kind of like if if you're wondering why is that such a big deal, it's just more of a, you can tell they're trying to celebrate the characters that they have, you know, with James Gunn doing things like this, with Kingdom Come being one of the like most, and a lot of people's like greatest stories. It's celebrating DC in general. And Marvel, I think, is at a point where it tries to do that, but it doesn't always hit its mark. If that makes sense, like sometimes it feels like they do try to celebrate the characters, beyond the MCU, but at times it doesn't hit as much mainstream. But this, I feel like, hit a pretty decent, mainstream enough news that it was a big deal. So
Well,
I don't know. I think it's just a nice feeling for that too.
and even too, I mean, just really quick to highlight, it's something that we've kind of touched on, but we really haven't gotten deeper into it lately. And it does feel like, and I always hear you saying this, Hero, of like that corporate synergy, or that synergy between, the source of what they're basing these characters on and obviously paying respects to them. When you ask the question, I feel like for DCU fans, when it's kind of up and running, of like, what percentage of DCU fans are also comic fans? Who's going to see these movies? That percentage is going to be a lot higher than you think the MCU is, because the MCU to this point is like, you don't really have to read anything to have some sort of foundation. Like the MCU is 2008 and beyond, right? So when you kind of go back and look, it's going to be a smaller percentage of comic fans from a Marvel perspective that are probably Thursday night, Friday night moviegoers in a lot of ways. So it's just kind of nice to kind of have movies, the comics, and vice versa, and it doesn't feel out of place or like they're trying too hard to just like sell some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. And I think to that point, looking on social media, because we do spend a lot of time on it, TikTok, Instagram, X, it really does seem like the people who really enjoy DC comics, like hardcore DC comic people, are the ones that are really excited for this, and the ones that seem like hopefully they're going to show up for it. And I think even casual people are starting to realize that it's hitting their For You page, the fact that this Superman costume is out there and people are like, oh yeah, this does look pretty neat, or they'll see something else and they're like, yeah, that is pretty cool. It's been a long time since I think anything other than just Batman gets people excited for DC. And the fact that Superman is doing this and expanding upon all of that, it's really nice to see that.